going on, everyone? This is the Popcorn Heroes Show, and today we'll be doing our Oscar extravaganza.
Yeah.
The 2021 93rd Academy Awards, to be exact. I am
Our
Armando.
predictions.
Yes, I am Armando. With me, as always, is Pedro. What's going on?
Hello. I'm good,
What's
man.
happening?
Chilling.
Nice. All right, Pedro. Like we do almost every year. I think we didn't do it last year, though. I think we skipped last year.
I think we did it last year.
I think we did a recap, but I don't think we did the pre-show. Whatever. Anywho, we're doing the pre-show today. Our predictions and what we think is gonna win. So we usually start at the bottom of the list for things people don't really care about, working our way up to the tippity top.
Yes, sir.
So Pedro, I have my list ready of things I think is gonna win. What about you?
I have most of it. I'm gonna fill some in as I think it through.
All right.
But I have most of them. I have most of them ready.
Great. Then let's kick it off. Then we'll be doing best visual effects as our first nominations, and the noms are Love and Monsters, The Midnight Sky, Mulan, The One and Only Ivan, and Tenet. Pedro, what do you think is gonna win from best visual effects?
So I actually think they're gonna go with Tenet, just because their visual effects are pretty amazing. They did something very original with making things go in reverse while certain characters were going like regular forward through time. So it was just like perfect blend of both. And one of the scenes I loved in that movie so much is the building that like blew up and then it rewound and then it blew up again. Like I was just like, how the fuck did they do that? Like pretty much there was so many effects in there that I was like, I don't know how you did that. Like, you know, of course the hallway fight was one of the best scenes.
It was really good. That was choreographed perfectly.
I think that they're gonna give it to that just because it looks like it was very practical, but we all know they used plenty of computer, graphics for
sure. I think that's the beauty of Nolan films, that he uses the visual effects sparingly to kind of enhance his regular practical effects that he's doing outside. Yeah. So I agree with you. I think he's gonna go to Tenet also.
Yeah, I just think it's more subtle than the others because you got Love and Monsters obviously has like the CG monsters. Midnight Sky was very science fiction-y. I wouldn't say science fiction yet. Yeah, I guess that's science fiction.
It is. That's the Clooney one, right?
Yeah, it was very space-y. I guess that's the best way to say it.
Unless it looks so good that it compares to Gravity. I think Gravity won, right?
Gravity won that one time. Yep. Maybe. I know they won cinematography. I can't remember if they won visual effects.
I don't remember.
But yes, if they are going that route, I can see that as well. And then you have Mulan, which obviously had its visual effects, of course, but we didn't really care for that one. And then you got the one and only Ivan, which is the one with the CG monsters.
CG animals.
Not monsters. There you go, animals. Thank you.
It looked good though. I liked it.
I didn't see that one. I saw it was on Disney Plus. I didn't get a chance to see it, but
it's nice. It's the Cranston Bryan Cranston movie, and it's voiced a lot of famous people are voices on those animals. So
okay. So we both agree.
It's a cute movie. But definitely Tenet will take this one.
We both agree on Tenet. All right, let me mark that for me, and I'm gonna put for you also. I'm gonna put an A next to it, so I know you put that one too.
Yeah.
All right. What we got up next?
Next up is Best Sound. And the noms are Greyhound, Mank, News of the World, Soul, and Sound of Metal. With this one, I went with Sound of Metal.
I agree.
Yeah, just for the fact that like it puts you in a perspective of him a lot. And you heard things through him, and I think that was amazingly. It was well done. It was fascinating,
right? And for those that don't know, for those that don't know, the movie was about this guy that goes deaf.
Yeah.
So yeah, the movie did a great job. I agree with you. The movie did a great job of putting you in his POV of his hearing, and then you're hearing what he hears or the lack of hearing. So
yeah, exactly. I love how they use sound in that movie. Greyhound was a decent movie. It's that ship war movie with
Yeah, the war movie one.
Tom Hanks. It was okay.
It was Apple, right?
The Apple one. Yeah. It was okay. Nothing there stood out for me. You saw
Right.
Mank. What do you think about Mank? Did anything stand out for you in sound?
I mean, I could see why it got a nom. It still is the odd one here, but I could see why it got it because the movie was filmed to look like it was a film from the 20s. So there were a couple moments in the film where they make the voices or the sound seem like it's coming out of a TV from the 20s, from like an old movie. So they gave it that like, oh, am I really listening to this or am I listening to it within another movie type feel? And it's a cool effect. And I could see why I got some noms for it, but I don't see anything past that.
Yeah. News of the World. I don't know what that is.
News of the World is another Tom Hanks one. That's the one where he's delivering letters, I believe.
I don't think I've seen that.
Yeah,
one.
it's like turn of the century, the beginning of mail, post office.
Oh, all right.
I could be totally wrong on that last part, but I know it has to do with him traveling the world to deliver news. That's the
All right.
biggest point of it.
Okay.
Got great reviews. I got to see it, but I'm guessing it's got its action thriller moments.
Okay.
I could be wrong on that,
Yeah.
though.
And Soul has great sound for sure.
Yes,
The use of sound in Soul
Soul.
is really good.
Soul to me was if Sound of Metal wasn't on this list, I would have gave it to Soul.
Yeah, I agree with you. Definitely.
'Cause-
All right, so
yeah,
we're in agreement here. Sound of Metal will win best sound.
yeah. So I'll put you as well here. By the way, I did like how they mixed the categories together.
Yeah,
Best sound
it makes
this year.
complete more sense.
Right. It used to be sound editing, and then it was. I can't remember for the life of me what the other one
Sound
is.
mixing.
Sound mixing. Yes, yes.
Yeah, it just makes sense. Best sound just makes sense overall.
Right.
If they wanted to add a category here, they should just add, best stunts or some shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
Those motherfuckers deserve to be, to get a category of their own. Stunt teams are lifeblood of a lot of movies now.
Yes, I agree with that, but a lot of movies that are nominated for Oscars don't do stunts. You get a lot of dramas, you get a lot of plays.
and that's the point. So now you'll get stunts from various things. You'll get action or regular just falling or some shit like that.
Yeah.
I just think that stunts deserve to be recognized, especially that if your choreography is not good, it doesn't whatever action thing you have is not great.
Mm-hmm.
It could just be best choreography. They could
Yeah.
just mix it with any type of choreography with stunts. It could be one category in themselves. Next up, we have best short live action. And the noms are Feeling Through, The Letter Room, The Present, Two Distant Strangers, and White Eye. All right, Pedro.
All right.
What did you give it to?
So, you and I, we both watched 4 of the 5 because we were able to find them everywhere except Letter Room was on Amazon, but you had to sign up for something else, and I didn't want to go through it, and obviously you didn't want to go through that either.
No, I don't want to subscribe to an app and pay $5 just to watch a short.
Yeah, but that being said, I watched the other 4, and honestly, I'm going to give it to Feeling Through.
Damn, my boy.
Yeah,
that show was so good.
It was so good, dude. That's the one. So for those that don't know, Feeling Through is essentially this. Because it is a short film, I'm not going to ruin it. I'm literally just going to give you the premise, which is this guy meets up with this older gentleman who is blind,
Deaf and blind.
and deaf, and he needs help crossing the street, and then goes
That's
from
it.
there.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
That's
That's the gist of it.
That's the gist of it. And I thought it was so good, man. It was just such a nice, wholesome, sad, innocent. I don't know. It was just a lot of words to describe it, but it
caught me
gave
in
me
the
the
feels.
feels.
Yeah, for sure. Hands down, that it stayed with me even after watching it. I was just like, fuck, that was deep. It was a powerful short. so
Yeah.
much was presented in such a small little sample, and it was just great.
Yeah.
We didn't get to see the letter room. The present, it was good. I don't think it was better than Feeling Through. The present
No.
is essentially a husband tries to buy a gift for his wife,
Yeah.
but they're in where?
But in order to do that, he needs to
cross the
cross the border to Palestine,
Yeah,
and
there
that
you go.
border is infamous for being fucking hard to get through because both sides absolutely hate each other, like racist against each other, essentially. So it's just the trouble of him having to cross the border and go with the present. So that's that. The movie is his journey, which that was also a good one.
Yeah, it was good.
And it was very sad just to see, like, man, the shit that these people in this area have to go through. So I definitely got some feels off of that one too.
Yeah, I
but-
for sure did, but I don't think it's better than Feeling Through.
Agreed.
We have Two Distant Strangers, which was also pretty good. Pretty well acted also.
Yeah.
The story of a guy in a time loop, essentially.
Yes.
And it was good. I really liked it. I just don't think it's better than Feeling Through.
No, I don't. I had a problem with this movie only because some of the dialogue came off as very cheesy, and I don't know if it was the acting or really just the script.
It must have
But
been the
I
writing.
did like that Joey Badass was in it.
Yeah,
He's
he's
the main
such-
kid.
He's really good, dude. I
He
didn't.
is. So he's in Mr. Robot, and he's
Yeah,
a
that's what Orlando
reoccurring
says.
character.
Yeah.
He's a reoccurring character there, and he's one of my fave characters in the series. And I'm like, man, I wonder why he doesn't do more stuff. And I'm watching this, and I'm looking at him, and I'm like, that looks like him, but it's not him. And then when I saw the credits, I'm like, oh shit, it is him. And I'm like, he did pretty good, but there was
Yeah,
just something a little
acting was
off
on point.
about it. But I did like the idea. I guess the reason why I didn't enjoy this one as much was just because there's a Twilight Zone episode, one of the new Twilight Zone episodes, that's also about a time loop, and it does deal with race issues. So it's like I kind of saw this already in a way. So it's like,
Yeah. I agree.
That's the-
I think that's when it comes to dealing with race issues. I think that's why I like Feeling Through so much, because it gives you that positive feeling of race issues. After seeing so much darkness when it comes to race being presented to you, this is a good way of just kind of like giving you that without having you try to give you a message or something.
right. Yeah, this movie was more for like showing the trauma that people go through.
Oh, for sure,
And-
over and over and over again. Yeah.
And it did a good job of proving its point, but there was just something off about it, and I can't quite place it. I think it was the actor or the cop. There was something off.
No, I think all that
I
was
just couldn't get into it.
for me. What made it off is how he just kept hammering it onto you. It kept trying to
It
shove
was-
the message down your throat.
Yeah, it was on the nose.
And again, I hate that with anything. I hate when people try to shove a message down my throat, and trying to make it obvious out there. So overall, the short is great. Like, you need to watch it. If you haven't seen it, watch it on Netflix. It's definitely worth a watch.
Yeah.
But it's still not better than Feeling Through, in my eyes. And White Eye. Which
Yeah.
which one was White Eye again? I remember it.
Okay, so
I
this one is in
remember what it
it's the one with the bicycle.
Oh yeah. I didn't care for it. I didn't
You
care
know,
for it.
okay, I liked it, but it was more from a technical standpoint because the whole thing was in a single take. The whole thing was
Interesting.
in a
I
single
didn't notice
yeah.
that.
The whole thing was in a single take, and I thought, technical wise, I thought it was great. I just didn't know what the movie was trying to tell me. I felt
Race-
like it was trying to
It's
tell me
dealing
something.
with race and immigration issues,
Yes, it definitely was the
'Cause-
immigration part.
because they were all immigrants
Right.
and they're
It was
most likely
just,
were illegal.
I honestly would. Nah, I don't. Nah. Feeling Through was so damn good that
Yeah.
I was gonna say if Feeling Through wasn't there, I'd probably give it a wide eye. But honestly,
Nah,
Feeling Through
if
was so
Feeling
damn
Through
good that
wasn't
I'm-
here, I would have given it I would have given it to Two Distant
Distant?
Strangers.
maybe
I
I'm torn
enjoyed-
between those two.
I enjoyed Two Distant Strangers so much, but I think
Yeah.
Feeling Through overall as entirety,
Yeah.
it stayed with me more. And
Yeah,
and I
definitely.
enjoyed that so much. I think
So-
I think Two Distant Strangers would have stayed more with me if they didn't shove its message down my throat. And
Yes, that's probably what it is.
because it would have let me stay with him, like, oh shit, like this
It
feels
was
bad.
it was holding my hand too much.
Yeah.
So we didn't watch Letter Room, but I looked up what it was about. So it's about a corrections officer that gets transferred to the prisoner's letter room, and then he starts reading the letters of death row inmates. That's the gist.
Shit.
Sounds pretty cool, actually.
It does. Too bad. And it has Oscar Isaac in it.
I know. I was really excited to watch that one because I'm like, oh, look, he's in it. And then when I saw that paywall, I'm like, ooh.
Yeah. I'm just like, it's not paying for a short.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's unfortunate we couldn't do what we done previous years at AMC where they give us all the shorts and docs.
Right. I know. That was the problem. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well. Next time, baby.
All right. Next up is Best Short Animated. Mm-hmm. And the noms are Burrow, Genius Loci, or Loki, whatever you want to call it. If Anything Happens, I Love You. Opera, Yes People. So, Pedro, I didn't see anything but Burrow from this list. So,
yeah, same.
You illuminate me on what I should choose here.
Yeah, I'm gonna say. Okay, so
we could read down read the scripts and see what's up.
All right, so let's start with Burrow. So Burrow is about a young rabbit who tries to build the burrow of her dreams and then becomes embarrassed each time she accidentally digs into another neighbor's home. That's it. That's Burrow.
Cute. It's on Disney Plus if you guys want to see it.
Mm-hmm. I really enjoyed it. That's the only one I saw, just like you. The other one is called Genius Loci, and this one is about, says, one night, Rain, a young loner, sees the urban chaos as a mystical oneness that seems alive, like some sort of guide. So this actually, I'm looking at the art for it, and it looks very trippy. All right, and then we got If Anything Happens, I Love You. This one is about... Here it is. It's a beautifully illustrated animated short that takes us on an extraordinary emotional journey of two parents struggling to overcome the hurt left by a tragic event that leaves their family changed forever. The art makes it look like a children's book.
Ooh. It
says it's on Netflix. I should have looked that up and watched it. Mm-hmm.
Damn, I should have saw that then.
I know. That one has the big red N on it, so I missed out on watching that one. I mean, I'll watch it right after the episode now that I know. But
I'm gonna have to look that up. Let me see how it looks.
It looks like a children's book. And the next one is called Opera. And it says here, driven by the spirits of Bosch, Michelangelo, and Botticelli, and more, Eric portrays, in his own signature, whimsical, and surreal way, the human society and history filled with beauty and absurdity. That actually sounds really cool. All right, I'm pondering whether I should change my my vote.
Yeah, me too. I'm thinking of going If Anything Happens, I Love You.
All right, so the last one is called Yes People. One morning, an eclectic mix of people face the everyday battle, such as work, school, and dishwashing. As the day progresses, their relationships are tested and ultimately their capacity to cope.
Interesting. I would love to see all these, man.
That one also sounds intriguing.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with If Anything Happens, I Love You.
I'm gonna go. Yeah. Let me change my vote. I put Burrow because it's the only one I saw. But now that I'm reading what these are about, I think I'm gonna go with Opera.
Okay.
I like the idea of Opera. And which one did you say? If Anything Happens?
If Anything Happens, I Love You.
Okay, let's do that. Damn. I'm so mad that AMC fucked us this year because
it's the Rona, man.
Yeah, they did.
They wouldn't make money.
So a month before the Oscars, they had the showings where you can see these, and then they cut it off 2 weeks before the Oscars starts, and that's normally the time when we do this. So they cut it off right at the week that we were gonna do this. So yeah, a little annoying.
It is what it is, man.
Yeah, man.
All right, next up we have Best Production Design, and the noms are The Father, Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, Mank, News of the World, Tenet. All right, Pedro. What did you select for this one?
I actually didn't vote for this one yet. I'm torn between two, actually.
This is the interesting one.
So, after I watched Father, I watched Mank, and I was like, damn, Mank's gonna take it. And then I watched Father, and I'm like, oof. Father did a really good job because, so best production design it's the overall feel and look of the production, including the props, the graphics, the sets, like everything, just to give it the feel of the movie. And I'm like, damn, the Father did that perfectly, you know? But then you had Tenet that was like big, you know, it was fucking nuts. And News of the World, we haven't seen it, but I'm guessing it was also pretty big. Ma Rainey also had a really good, nice, small set.
Yeah, Ma Rainey's felt like a play to me, and that's why I chose it.
I think that's a good one to choose.
So
But to me,
Ma
The
Rainey.
Father felt like a play. And
Yeah, it
Mank,
was,
of
yeah.
course, Mank made everything look like it was straight out of the 20s, 30s. So this one's actually a really tough one for me. So I'm going to rule out News and Tenet. So that leaves
Yeah.
Father, Ma Rainey, and Mank. I'm going to rule out Ma Rainey to try something different.
Okay.
And I'm going for Father on this one.
Father? Okay.
Yeah, just because it was such an original idea, and I think the production design did a really good job of focusing the point of the film. So I'm going to give it to that. And you
All
said
right.
Ma Rainey, so let's
I
put
say Ma Rainey. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to skip these next two here and go straight to best makeup and hairstyling.
Okay, let's do it.
The noms are Emma, Hillbilly Elegy, Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, Mank, Pinocchio. I'm not sure on this one, dude. Makeup and hair. This is hard.
I got my choice for this one.
What you got?
I'm gonna put Ma Rainey's on this one.
Ma Rainey, interesting.
I think they did a really good job of putting Viola Davis to make it look like Ma Rainey,
Ma Rainey,
of course.
Yeah.
And but not even just that, it was just the hairstyle of everyone in there to make it look like they were straight from that era. Same thing, same idea as Mank, actually. They did a really good job of making it feel like I'm there in that time.
I feel the problem with Mank is that you pretty much only saw the hairstyling. So you couldn't really see the makeup and how everybody looked on it because it was black and white. So I would agree. I would go with Ma Rainey on this one.
Do you also agree?
Yeah.
So
I agree
Emma,
with what
I
you
saw, and Emma looked like a typical Victorian piece.
Yeah,
So
I'm gonna jump
I'm
to
gonna
the next
say-
one on that one.
What?
You'll see why. You'll see why.
Oh, okay. And then I haven't seen Hillbilly Elegy, so
Me
I
neither.
don't know
And
about
it
that
says
one.
garbage, so I'm not gonna watch it.
Exactly. So there's so much. What's the word I'm looking for? Not hate behind it. There's so much.
It's just bad press, dude. It just sucks.
Yeah. But there's another word for bad press. But yes, that's essentially what it is. There's so much bad press around it that I don't think this movie's gonna win anything. Because at the end of the day, the Oscars are very political. They really are.
For sure. Yeah.
So I think that one's like a dead giveaway of no. And now Pinocchio, I have heard a couple people say that the Pinocchio movie, which I haven't even seen a trailer for, honestly. I just saw a poster for it, and it looked a little on the creepy side, which is pretty cool.
Is this the wait? Is this the Pinocchio from Tim Burton?
No. No, it's not Tim Burton. You're thinking of the one that's gonna have Tom Hanks. No, that one's upcoming. That one's upcoming.
Okay.
This one was an international one. I believe this was an Italian one. Don't quote me on that. I know it's an international film, and it's gotten pretty good reviews.
Nice.
It was one of the ones that I was gonna try and watch, but yeah. So I'm going with Ma Rainey. You agree?
Yeah, Ma Rainey. I agree.
Ma Rainey. All right, what were you gonna say?
Next up, we're going to go to best costume design, and the noms are Emma,
Oh, okay.
Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, Mank, Mulan, and Pinocchio. Here, I'm going to go with Emma. That's what I was telling you.
Got it.
It's not going to win makeup and styling, but I think it will win costume design because I think people love the Victorian style.
Yes.
And whenever a Victorian movie comes out, people are always slobbering over it. So
that is true. You're not wrong on that.
So I'm going with Emma.
I'm gonna still stick with Ma Rainey.
Interesting. Okay.
I'm gonna stick with Ma Rainey on this one. It was either Ma Rainey or Mank for me. And I also don't think Mulan's gonna win it because that one also has controversy.
And that movie sucked anyways.
And yeah, it wasn't good. So I'm gonna go with Ma Rainey on this one. I think Ma Rainey's gonna win one of them. So I might as well just put them in both and see. in my mind, I got a 50-50 shot. I could be totally wrong, but who knows?
At this point, yeah. All right. Yeah. Next up, we have Best Original Song. And the noms are Fight For You, which was for Judas and the Black Messiah. Mm-hmm. Hear My Voice for The Trial of the Chicago 7. Husavik for Eurovision Song Contest. Lo Si Sin, The Life Ahead, La Vida Devante Hace. Mm-hmm. And Speak Now, One Night in Miami. What did you choose for this, Pedro?
So I listened to all the songs on YouTube.
Nice. You see, you're smarter than me.
I looked up all the music videos and I was like, let me listen to them.
The only one I didn't hear is the One Night and the Italian one.
So, I thought the Eurovision one was really funny, but I don't think it's going to win.
I chose Eurovision.
Yeah.
Because that song stuck with me, dude. It kept playing in my head after I watched the movie.
Because the thing is, when I looked it up, I saw the entire scene of the movie. So you just see the whole family like cheering them on. So I thought it was a pretty funny scene, but I'm not going to choose that one. I was torn between two of them. I was torn between Fight For You from Judas or Speak Now, One Night in Miami. So I actually really, really like Leslie Odom Jr. from oh my god, did I just blank
One
out
Night in Miami?
No, but Hamilton. There you go. Hamilton is what I was thinking of. I love him from Hamilton fame. He was like my favorite character, and I thought he was one of the better actors in that play. So seeing him in One Night in Miami, I also thought he like stole the movie. He was the best actor there. So seeing him be nominated for his own song in there, I'm gonna give it to him for that because it's like, man, this guy like did fucking everything in that movie, and he killed it. So I'm going to go with that just because I really like him so much. And maybe they're not going to give him the supporting actor and just give him the song. So I'm going with Speak Now, One Night in Miami.
Interesting.
And you went?
Okay. I'm going with Eurovision.
You're sticking to your guns on that one?
Yeah, for sure.
All right, let me
It's so catchy, dude. Such a good song.
It was catchy. And it seemed like a funny scene. I didn't see the movie, but it looked like a funny scene in the movie.
Yeah. All right. Next up, Best Original Score. We have
the score.
The Five Bloods, Terrence Blanchard, Mank, Trent Reznor, and Atticus Ross, Minari, Emile Mossetti, News of the World, James Newton Howard, Soul, Trent Reznor, Atticus Ross, and John Baptiste. Wow, dude, that's crazy. Atticus and Trent got
two noms. And let me tell you, their music in Mank was fucking excellent. It felt like it was from that time, like very well done. It had like that noir feel to it.
Yeah.
And I honestly would have gave it to them if they didn't do Soul.
Yeah, exactly. That's the same thing I want. Soul was amazing, dude.
Yes.
The music there, the transitions they had from, the tech to the jazz, and it was amazing. It was on point.
Yes. Yeah, definitely. The John Baptiste part where he added his jazz. Oh my god, it did such a great job of flowing the music together and at the same time making them so different that you know what worlds in the movie you're in.
Exactly, it elevated the movie for sure.
100%. So I think this is one of the easiest categories. I am like 99% sure that this one's gonna win.
It's either them or them. It's essentially.
Right. But I'm definitely leaning towards them and not the other one. Yeah. So Five Bloods, I don't even remember the music for Five Bloods. Mank, like I said, Mank was good. Minari, I did like the music for Minari, but you know what?
It didn't stand out, though.
It didn't stand out, and News of the World we didn't see, so we don't know that one either. But
Soul was really good.
Soul, the score is so pivotal for the plot of Soul that it goes hand in hand, that it's needed, it's necessary, and it helped communicate the movie better. So
absolutely.
So we're in We're in agreement
All right.
on that one. All right, let's go.
We're getting closer to the most important things.
Mm-hmm.
So let's jump to best film editing.
Okay.
And the noms are The Father, Nomadland, Promising Young Woman, Sound of Metal, The Trial of the Chicago 7.
Mm-hmm.
Pedro, I think we might be in agreement here. This is going to go to The Father.
Yes. So before I watched, because you and I watched The Father last night, before I watched The Father, I was going to give it to Trial of Chicago 7.
Mm-hmm.
And then I watched Promising Young Woman, and I'm like, yeah, it's pretty good. But then
Yeah,
I watched
it's
The Father, and then I watched Father, and I'm like, nah, dude, this is great.
The way they stitched that movie together was insane.
Yeah, it was such a great idea. Yeah. The certain deja vu moments, it was just perfect. It was just perfect.
And how you felt lost sometimes, and I think that just you were next to him in that moment. You're like, oh my god, I don't know what's going on here.
Yeah,
absolutely best part.
The Nomadland editing was good, but you know, it wasn't pivotal to the movie. Oh well, all of editing is pivotal to the movie. Let me rephrase that.
Because the pace,
but it didn't help.
It wasn't part of the movie.
Yeah, it wasn't that extra oomph that Father did.
That's essentially the editing of Father is essentially part of the movie. Like the editing is so essential. If not, then we wouldn't be as good as it is.
Right. So, no, I agree.
Yeah, you're good. Good point there. All right, next up we have best cinematography, and the noms are Judas and the Black Messiah, Mank, News of the World, Nomadland, The Trial of Chicago 7. What did you get for this one, Pedro?
I haven't answered it yet, but I'm running it through my head right now, and I am honestly going to give it to Nomadland.
Wow, I went with Judas. I love how the show was filmed.
Yeah, Judas did a really good job too. Trial did a really good job. Mank did a good job.
I really enjoyed the way Judas was filmed, the way it looked. It felt very sophisticated, you know? And when I compared that to the Harriet Tubman movie Harriet, I'm like, oh my god. Like, it's just like night and day, you know? It's just, the pacing of the movie was so good. You know, the way things looked, the way it was framed. I'm just like, this is like fucking A+ cinematography here. It's a miracle they didn't put Tenet here, because Tenet usually has good cinematography, in my opinion.
Yeah, you're talking about Nolan.
Yeah,
Nolan
movies. Yeah. So it's a miracle that they didn't put Tenet here.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I'm torn between Mank and Nomadland now.
Okay.
I'm gonna give it to Nomadland. I just think the reason why I'm giving it to Nomad actually is because I thought, yes, that's it. Great scenery, because the movie literally is about traveling, and they just had such great I'm fumbling on the name of the shots. The shots where they just show the whole setting. There's a word
scenic
for it.
Shots?
Yeah, something like
Scenery
that. Establishing
shots.
Establishing
shots, okay.
They have great establishing shots, and I don't know. I just thought it was so great. It just had this nice always sunset feel with the purples, the pinks.
Yeah.
I think it was a great job.
Agree. I just, for me, it just, like, I didn't think it was that special. I've seen it before. And that's my thing. Like, it didn't stand out for me, you know? And that's why I wouldn't vote for Nomadland. It just felt like any other indie movie trying to be artsy. So, maybe that's why it will win, because it's artsy.
Exactly. So. That's my thinking. That's my thinking of it.
For sure. All right. Let's jump to the docs. First up is Best Documentary Short.
Yeah, and if you are
the noms are Colette, A Concierto is a Conversation, Do Not Split, Hunger Ward, A Love Song for Latasha. I did not see any of these because, again, we weren't able to go to AMC and watch them all.
Yep, same here.
So let's read the synopsis. And
I'm going to tell you right now. So Colette is about Nazi-occupied France Resistance took courage. 75 years later, facing one's ghosts may take even more. So it looks like it's this old woman is looking back at Nazi-occupied France. And I believe that's her granddaughter? I don't know. Could be. Them talking about it. So that's Colette.
Okay.
The next one is here it is. A concepto is a conversation. And this one is a virtuoso jazz pianist and film composer tracks his family's lineage through his 91-year-old grandfather from Jim Crow, Florida to the Walt Disney Concert Hall. Interesting. The next one is Do Not Split. Do Not Split. In 2019, Hong Kong was rocked by the largest protest since Britain handed back the area to China in 1997. This is the story of the protest, told through a series of demonstrations by local protesters that escalate into conflict when highly armed police appear on the scene. The next one is Hunger Ward. Filmed from inside two of the most active therapeutic feeding centers in Yemen, Hunger Ward documents two female healthcare workers fighting to thwart the spread of starvation against the backdrop of a forgotten war. And then the last one, a love song for Latasha. The injustice surrounding the shooting death of 15-year-old Latasha Harlins at a South Central Los Angeles store became a flashpoint for the city's 1992 civil uprising. That one's on Netflix. We also didn't see that one. Damn.
Fuck.
I know. Fuck, we were slacking.
Damn. I'm gonna go with Do Not Split. I like how that sounded.
I like the idea of the concerto. I like the idea of this guy tracking down his lineage. And then you got Jim Crow, Florida, and Walt Disney thrown into the mix. It sounds fucking bonkers. So I'm gonna give it to concerto. Cool. Or concerto. You said
cool,
Do Not Split? Alright.
Do Not Split. I liked how Do Not Split sounded.
Yeah.
Alright.
These are all really interesting.
Yeah. Next up, Best Documentary Feature. And Pedro.
Alright.
I'll give it to you. So you could read the title and then the synopsis. These are Best Documentary Feature. And the noms are?
Yes. And just like the shorts, we did not see these. So, the noms are Collective, Crip Camp, The Mole Agent, My Octopus Teacher, and Time. So, The Collective. The Collective follows a crack team of investigators at the Romanian newspaper Gazeta as they try to uncover a vast healthcare fraud that enriched moguls and... Did I say wrong? Moguls and politicians, and led to the death of innocent citizens. Scandal.
Whoa. Scandalous.
Crip Camp. Down the road from Woodstock, a revolution blossomed at a ramshackled summer camp for teenagers with disabilities, transforming their lives and igniting a landmark movement. I did not know that's what it was going to be about. I thought Crip Camp and I thought the Crips. So
me too.
I did not think it was going to be about. I did not think it was going to be a summer camp for teens with disabilities. What a twist!
So I guess it's supposed to be Crippled Camp, but they just call it Crip Camp.
Yeah, exactly. The next one is The Mole Agent, which this one I actually did see all over Hulu, but I didn't click it. I focused on the best pictures with the little amount of time I had left. So. This one is about a private investigator in Chile hires someone to work as a mole at a retirement home where a client of his suspects suspects the caretakers of elder abuse.
Nice.
And then we got My Octopus Teacher next. A filmmaker forges an unusual friendship with an octopus living in South African kelp forest, learning as the animal shares the mysteries of her world. That actually sounds kind of sweet.
Mm-hmm.
And then the last one is called Time. There it is. I was like, where's the
So far,
synopsis?
so far, I think I have like one that I was gonna read it.
So Time is called Fox Rich fights for the release of her husband, Rob, who is serving a 60-year sentence in prison.
Wow. I'm gonna give it a Crip Camp.
Crip Camp. I'm
People
torn
love the
between
disabled movies.
I'm torn between The Mole Agent and I like The Octopus Teacher. That's a Netflix one. Fuck.
Yeah.
Well, I either way, it was a full length, so I might not have seen it anyways.
Yeah,
to be
no, for
honest,
sure, yeah.
because you and I at least we started watching these pretty last minute. So
Yeah, just this week.
I'm gonna go with Octopus
fucked up.
Teacher.
Yeah.
Octopus
Okay.
Teacher, and which one did you say?
Crip
Crip
Camp.
Camp. Crip Camp
For the
That-
rehabilitation of the Crip gang members.
the Crip gang members.
All right. Nice. So let's move it along to Best Animated Feature.
This one's gonna be easy.
And the
Easy.
noms are, yeah. And the noms are Onward, Over the Moon, a Shaun the Sheep movie, Farmageddon, Soul, Wolfwalkers.
Mm-hmm.
Pedro, I think we're in agreement here, right? It
Yeah.
starts with an S and ends with an L.
Yeah. But before we say that, I know what everyone's thinking. It's Pixar. Pixar always gets it. Haha. I don't think so. Because Pixar's here twice.
Yeah.
Pixar is here in Onward and Soul.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
I'm gonna do. Alright, I'm doing Soul, obviously.
100% Soul. Like, there's no doubt.
Very good.
I would bet vast amounts of money that it's Soul.
Yeah, no, for
Actually,
sure, guaranteed.
funny enough, the only two that I'm 100% sure on, I know I said 99, but the more I think about it, it's 100%. It's Best Animated Feature on Soul, and then Best Score being Soul. Those are, like, to me,
Yeah.
shoo-ins. Like,
Yeah,
it's
guaranteed wins.
So I'm kind of I didn't see Wolfwalkers, but it looks so gorgeous, and it's by
I
the
didn't get to
people
see
that
it.
it's by the people that did Secret of Kells, which was also a gorgeous movie. But Secret of Kells lost. I forgot what it lost to. It lost to Pixar. But-
Obviously.
so I think it's just gonna happen again, unfortunately.
Yeah. I think at this point, everybody's tired. Like, dude, we're never going to win against Pixar. Unless you're
Yeah.
Spider-Man.
We looked it up, and Pixar only lost once, and I think it was like a Good Dinosaur lost, and I forgot who it lost to, but it was like, well, yeah, of course, Good Dinosaur's gonna lose, you know?
Yeah, that movie sucked anyways.
Or maybe it was Cars 2. It was one of those.
Yeah, something like that, yeah. It's one of their weaker films, of course, would have lost.
Yeah.
Onward was a great movie. I loved it. You know, to this day, I
Yeah.
watch it and I still enjoy it.
It is.
Over the Moon is a good movie. I enjoyed it. The music was pretty catchy. Shaun of the Sheep, I haven't seen that one. And
Yeah,
I don't really care about Shaun of the
It's
Sheep.
the whole, it's the Wallace and Gromit spinoff.
Yeah.
Sean was such a popular character that he got his spinoff for a couple movies.
Yeah, and then Wolfwalkers, again, we didn't watch it, so we have nothing
Yeah.
to say. But it looks good.
It looked gorgeous, but
Yeah.
not gonna win.
All right, now we come to the heavy hitters, Pedro.
All right, what do we got?
Next up, we have Best International Feature Film.
Mm-hmm.
And the noms are Another Round from Denmark, Better Days from Hong Kong, Collective from Romania, The Man Who Sold His Skin from Tunisia, Kurvizade, Bosnia.
Mm-hmm.
Pedro, I've only seen one of these movies.
Which one?
Okay. But Another Round, obviously.
Oh, okay,
My
just
homeboy.
checking. Just
My homeboy Mads, you know, gotta give him some love.
Well, because Cool Vadis was also on Hulu or Amazon.
Yeah,
It was on one
it's
of those.
on
two.
Hulu.
Yeah. But I mean,
I was gonna watch it, but I was just like,
yeah.
Again, I think Kurvizade is gonna win. Honestly, that's my opinion. I really think they're gonna
Really
win.
interesting.
But I'm giving it to Another Round just because I'm showing support. You know, he doesn't
Mm.
care. He doesn't know me, but I still showing him,
he doesn't know
you know,
me.
you know, showing him some support here. So Another Round
Yeah, man.
for me.
That yeah. All right. So we're in agreement. I have been hearing a lot of buzz about Quo Vadis. So yeah.
Do you have the synopsis, Pedro, of these
I do.
movies?
I actually just put it up. So
Cool. Read it
let's
up
start
for
from
me.
the beginning.
Yeah.
Even for the ones that haven't seen Another Round,
For sure. Yeah.
Here's the summary for Another Round. Four friends, all high school teachers, test a theory that will improve their lives by maintaining a constant level of alcohol in their blood.
Nice.
You know?
That's a great description.
It is. It's straight to the point.
Yeah.
We got Better Days from Hong Kong. Now, Better Days. A bullied teenage girl forms an unlikely friendship with a mysterious young man who protects her from her assailants, all while she copes with the pressures of her final exams. Interesting.
Ooh.
That actually sounds pretty dope.
Yeah, it sounds nice.
All right, next one is Collective from Romania. This film follows a crack team of investigators at the Romanian newspaper as they try to uncover a vast
Wow.
healthcare
So it's a
fraud.
best doc and international film? That's interesting.
Yeah, I was like, wait, I read this already.
Wow. Damn,
My
double
brain-
dipping here.
I know, my brain like broke for a second because I'm like, deja vu.
Yeah, that's they're double dipping here.
Yeah. I mean, go for it.
Interesting.
I
Yeah,
think
for sure.
they did that. They did that last year. There was the one, I think it was called Honeyland. It was about the bees.
Yeah,
They double
the bees,
dipped that
yeah.
one.
They double dipped, yeah.
They put them
I
in
don't think you ever
international.
won either.
No, neither one. They put it in international and documentary. So, all right, they pulled that again.
Yeah.
The next one is called The Man Who Sold His Skin from Tunisia. This one says, The journey of Sam Ali, a Syrian man who fled to Lebanon to escape the Syrian war, hoping to eventually join his lover in Paris. And then Quo Vadis Aida from Bosnia and Herzegovina. I don't know where that is. I know
It
Bosnia.
must be next to Bosnia.
I know. I'm going to have to learn that one. All right, so this one is about Ida is a translator for the UN in the small town of Srebrenica. When the Bosnian Serb army takes over the town, her family is among the thousands of citizens looking for shelter in the UN camp. Ooh, that sounds intense.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That I think that movie's gonna win it.
It's been getting a lot of buzz, and I can see why, but I am also in agreement with you. I'm going to go with Another Round because it was just such a great,
was a good
fun,
movie.
sad, everything. The
Yeah.
movie gave me all the feels. And the ending alone is just fucking awesome.
Yeah, it was.
What a night.
It was a.
What a night. I had that in my head all night, dude. What a beautiful, beautiful
Oh my God,
night.
that's so good. That ending was sad and liberating all at the same time.
Exactly.
It's intense. Cool. All right, so we're in agreement on here.
Yeah.
I still think Quo Vadis Aida is gonna win, but it is what it is.
But even with that, you're still giving it. You're still gonna
Yeah.
do the Another Round. Okay.
Exactly. We're showing some support, man.
All right.
All right. We're gonna take it now to best adapted screenplay, and the noms are Borat subsequent movie film, The Father, Nomadland, One Night in Miami, The White Tiger. So Pedro, here I'm going to do The Father.
I am also in agreement.
Yeah, because the way we break that, like Borat was great. It's a good movie. I'm not gonna
It's
say
interesting. So it's interesting.
all these
that
movies
Borat's
were very
under.
interesting.
Why do you think Borat's under adapted instead of original?
I have no idea.
I was staring at that for a while and I went, what? Unless because it's like semi-documentary.
But why
I
would it
don't
be
know.
adapted though? Because he's telling an
Yeah.
original story, unless the story is adapted from something. It's curious. I'd like to know more about that one.
I'll look that up after. But that's the first thing
Yeah.
that threw me off. I went, wait, which category am I in?
Yeah, The Father is a play. Nomadland
Yes.
is a book. One Night in Miami is a play, and I
Yeah,
think
yeah,
White
yeah.
Tiger is also a book.
So
Which White Tiger is a Netflix movie. I was gonna watch that.
Yeah, I was gonna watch it too, but honestly, I saw it was nominated for one thing, and I'm like, I'd rather watch something that's been nominated for multiple things.
Exactly.
That's pretty much how I dealt with my lack of time.
Yeah, I agree.
And that's why I just said, fuck it, let me tackle the best pictures and go from there.
Yeah. This is a curious one because I feel like Nomadland is kind of sweeping everything this year. But The Father has to win something, dude. And it's a good movie, and I think it's going to win at least the screenplay.
Yeah. I'm in agreement with that one. I honestly, okay, so, we watched The Father last night. I would have gave it to One Night in Miami, actually, before this.
Oh, you're going to switch it up?
I was. But
okay.
Then I watched The Father. Then I watched The Father, and I'm like, nah, dude, this is so original. So, yeah. It's a tactic that's been seen before, but the way they did it made it feel original to me. So I'm like, yeah, this one's gonna take something. And at this point, I'm like, the father, you gotta win something. So
I'm for sure, like 100% sure it's gonna win film editing. It has to, because the way it went, it was just perfect.
Yeah, I hope it does.
And I think it's gonna also win the best adapted screenplay. I honestly do think it's gonna win that.
It's so good.
At least those two for sure. Like I'm at 100% at it. Like there's guaranteed.
Yeah.
Let's go on to the next one then.
All right.
Best original screenplay, and the noms are Judas and the Black Messiah, Minari, Promising Young Woman, Sound of Metal, The Trial of the Chicago 7. So here, my boy Aaron Sorkin, love that guy. For the Trial of Chicago 7, I don't think he's gonna win that, unfortunately.
I don't think so.
I'm gonna give it to Promising Young Woman. Yeah, it has to win something. So I honestly feel it's gonna win that. I don't think Judas is gonna win. I don't think Minari is gonna win. I don't think Sound of Metal is gonna win. And I don't think Trial is gonna win either.
Damn, this one's tough. I originally was gonna give it to Trial, and then I watched Judas, and I'm like, they might give it to Judas. I don't think Minari's gonna get it,
No, it's not.
And Promising was good. There was something original about it at a point that I'm like, that's a nice curveball. I'm gonna go with. I'm going to go with Trial. I'm going to go with Sorkin.
All right.
Cool. I'm going to go with Sorkin on this one, and that way we keep it different and see.
Well, he hasn't won anything since The Social Network, so good luck, buddy.
Yeah, I know. That's the tough one.
All right. Let's move it along to some of the bigger heavy hitters now. Pedro, do you want to go with director or you want to go with the actors first? What do you think?
Let's go with the actors.
All right. So best supporting actress, and the noms are Maria Bakalova for Borat's subsequent movie film, Glenn Close for Hillbilly Elegy, Olivia Colman for The Father, Amanda Seyfried for Mank, and Yoon Jong-young for Minari. What are you going with on this one, Pedro?
So Maria Bakalova is the Marissa Tomei of the category. It's the one that, yeah. Well, okay, so two reasons. I thought she did a great fucking job, but I also think she was just thrown in there as like the curveball black sheep of the group. If she wins, that would be absolutely bonkers, and it'll be just as crazy as when Marissa Tomei won for My Cousin Vinny. So that's what I'm thinking of when I see that. That being said, it'd be awesome if she won, but I don't think she's gonna win.
No, definitely.
But not. I think she did a great job. So, we didn't watch Hillbilly Elegy, but
let me talk about that one. Glenn Close has been nominated like 9 times at this point, hasn't won.
She hasn't won.
No, she's never won.
Oh,
and
man.
She's definitely not gonna win for Hillbilly Elegy because that movie is toxic and it's again, like we said, it's bad press. It's a terrible movie.
It's bad press, yeah.
And then Olivia Colman for The Father, she was great in it, but she won best actress for that
the Favorite,
the Victorian movie, The Favorite.
Oh man, she did so good in The Favorite.
Which is funny here. Glenn Close was supposed to win but they gave it to Olivia Colman. So Glenn Close was supposed to win for that movie, The Lie or something like that. What was it called?
I'm glad Olivia. I'm glad
which she was
Colman
great
got
in.
it.
I honestly thought Glenn Close was gonna win it, but that curveball to Olivia Colman was crazy. So Glenn Close is gonna go again without winning another Oscar. She's definitely not gonna win this one.
I agree with that.
And I don't think Olivia Colman's gonna win it, to be honest with you, even though she did a good job.
Yeah, I just seeing her name, I thought, because Olivia Colman is probably one of my favorite actresses right now, hands down. Everything she's in is awesome. She could do comedy, drama. She could do whatever the fuck she wants, and
She's
she
a
absolutely
very
kills
rounded
it.
person.
So when I watched The Father, I'm like, oh man, she's gonna kill it, and she did good. But now that I watched the movie as a whole, her part was more toned down than I thought it was gonna be. It was really Anthony Hopkins' film.
Yeah.
So that being said, I'm gonna go with Mank, Amanda Seyfried.
Oh shit! I'm gonna go with Yoo Jung Young for Minari, which is the grandma.
The grandma was great.
Yeah.
The grandma was actually
her.
one of my favorite characters. I'm between those two. I'm in agreement with you, but I'm leaning more towards Amanda Seyfried for Mank because I really liked her. I really liked her character.
You're locking that down?
I'm locking down Amanda Seyfried, and you're going with Yu Young. I think Yu Young's a good bet, though. I do think that's a good bet.
I'm going with her for Minari. She did good. She did really good.
Yeah, she was my favorite character there, actually.
Yeah, she was great.
And the boy absolutely killed it too.
Yeah, he was funny. He was great too. All right, next up we have Best Supporting Actor. And the noms are Sacha Baron Cohen for The Child Chicago 7, Daniel Kaluuya for Judas and the Black Messiah, Leslie Odom Jr. for One Night in Miami, Paul Raci for Sound of Metal, and Lakeith Stanfield for Judas and the Black Messiah. All right, Pedro. I think we're both in agreement here on where we're going on this one.
Yeah,
I think so.
We're probably in agreement.
All right, Pedro. On the count of three, we'll go for it. One,
All right.
2, 3. Daniel Kaluuya. I thought we were gonna have more unison on that one, but it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah.
Daniel Kaluuya, hands down, dude. He fucking killed it in that role.
Yeah,
he killed it. I don't know why he's not best supporting. I mean, he's not best actor nom. Which is the weird part of this movie because he's not a supporting actor. I think he was. I mean,
no.
hard.
I'm on the flip side. Lakeith is the actor. While Kaluuya is the supporting, in my opinion. I think Lakeith was just thrown in there just to be thrown in there.
Yeah, it's a weird one for sure.
Lakeith to me is the odd one out here, honestly, because Paul Raci, right, Raci, I don't know how to pronounce his name.
Yeah, me neither.
He's the friend mentor. And I thought he did so good. I'm watching him like
great.
He did great. Honestly, Leslie Odom Jr. is the one that I want to win. I really want him to win it, but that's why I gave him best song because he's not going to win it.
Your consolation prize.
I really want him to win it. He's my fave for that, but the smart play is Kaluuya that absolutely killed it.
Yeah.
Now Sacha Baron Cohen did really good.
He did good, but I don't think. I think he did better in his show than he did in this movie. Because in this movie, he was just kind of the character. He was his charismatic self. I feel like that's Sacha Baron Cohen anywhere else.
But that's also how that character. So he played as a real person. And fun fact, I was watching the movie and I saw that he had the American flag shirt when he was doing his speeches. And I'm watching and I'm like, where have I seen this before? And then someone had posted on Instagram like a week later, and I'm like, there it is. So that guy, you remember in Forrest Gump? Oh, the Viet fucking Nam. And then he tells Gump to go do the speech, and that's when the sound all gets unplugged, and then he does the speech. The guy with the American flag, that's him. That's the character.
Oh shit! Wow.
Yeah. So he got a Forrest Gump cameo. his
Oh
character.
man, that's crazy. Yo, Forrest Gump did so much history, dude.
Yeah, they did so much history that you just didn't get, you know. And it's like, oh man, look at it. It's this I can't remember the character's name right now, but I'm like, oh, it's this fucking guy. So someone posted it afterwards, and I'm like, that's where I know the shirt from.
Whoa,
Because he had the classic shirt. But yeah, we're both in agreement. Daniel Kaluuya.
Yeah, Daniel Kaluuya killed it, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah,
100%.
yeah. If you want to see Sacha Baron in a deeper show, you gotta watch that spy movie, that spy show he did on Netflix. Which
I actually
really
think it's
good.
called The Spy. That might be
Yeah, I
what
think
it's
it
called.
is. It's really good. Definitely watch if you haven't seen it.
Yeah.
All right. Next up, we're gonna go to Best Actor because this is a landslide, regardless. And the noms are for Best Actor: Riz Ahmed, Sound the Meadow;
Mhm.
Chadwick Boseman, Ma Rainey's Black Bottom;
Yeah.
Anthony Hopkins, The Father; Gary Oldman, Mank; and Stephen Yeun for Minari.
Yep.
Pedro, I'll let you go. I'll let you take this one first.
All right. I'm not picking him, but I want it to be Gary Oldman because Gary Oldman has never won ever.
Okay.
And I would love for him to finally win his.
Yeah.
But he's not going to win it. He's not.
No, he's not. Unfortunately.
Stephen Yeun did a really good first ride out of like nominations. He could do better. He could do better.
I don't think he could beat out second place in this list for me.
Yeah. Then we got Anthony Hopkins, who absolutely did
So
amazing in it.
Oh my god, he killed that role, dude.
He killed that role. But it's Anthony Hopkins. He's done so much good shit. You know, after a while, they're kind of like, you're a legend. Do you really need another one? Nah.
Yeah.
So he's not going to get it.
He's like Meryl Streep at this point. Like, yeah.
Exactly.
You'll always be nominated.
Yes, exactly. If you kick ass in a movie that they consider Oscar worthy, that's it. You're pretty much fucking set. You know, same thing with Gary Oldman. Gary Oldman's the exact same thing. At that point, you're set. But the thing is, Gary Oldman's never won. That's why I'm like, you should totally win, but you're not gonna win this one. And then Riz, which was my go-to when I started this category. I was like, yo, I've only seen the trailer, and I already know he's gonna kill this role.
Yeah, he did great.
But then I saw Ma Rainey, and I'm like, you know what? The hype is real. The hype is real.
Killed it in this
dude.
role.
Boseman. Chadwick absolutely demolished that role. He had so much range within the same role. And obviously, he's dead. So it's his last chance to get the gold. They're going to give it to him. It's Chadwick, for sure.
And I think he's been winning it all along, too.
And some people are thinking, they're going to give it to him because he's dead. I thought that until I saw the movie. I saw the movie and I went, no, he's going to get it because he fucking deserved it.
Yeah. Yeah, he definitely.
Even if he wasn't dead, I would still be saying the exact same thing. He's gonna get this one, and he should.
Yeah, I think the fact that he's dead, it kind of adds more to like why he should get it.
Right.
But overall, like he did so good in that role.
It's the same thing.
He definitely needs it.
It's the same thing with Heath Ledger. Everyone was like, "Oh, they got him for Joker." I mean, that's not really an Oscar movie. And they're just going to give it to him because he's dead. But then when you watch Dark Knight, you're like, nah, dude, this fucking guy right here was the character.
He did something so unique with that character that I don't think people have been copying it since.
Yeah. So
for sure, Chadwick is winning this.
I'm like 90% sure on this one. It's got to be. He deserves the shit out of it, man. He deserves it. He deserves it because he deserves it for sure. And it's perfect for this time. It's perfect for his memory. It's just perfect for everything.
Yeah, exactly. It's like I think if Chadwick wasn't on this list, I would have given it to Anthony Hopkins because he did such a good job with the mental breakdown of his character, and fucking I don't know. They're like, it can't get better than that, you know?
Yeah.
And I didn't see Mank, so I don't know how Gary Oldman did, but I'm pretty sure he killed it.
He's great. He's just a drunk asshole. Very charismatic.
So, I mean, for you're the one who can compare it at this point between both of them, you know? And
between Hopkins and Oldman, I just, I'm a sucker for Oldman, so I would have gave it to him. I said, if you're gonna put two of those legend status,
but give me an objectiveness, not because he's never won it. Be objective.
Right. If I'm gonna be objective, the role that I enjoyed more was Anthony Hopkins, and it caused more. So more range, more skill. Sure. Objectively, yes, Anthony Hopkins between those two. Yeah.
Look, Gary Oldman should have won it for when he did when he was Churchill.
Yes.
I forgot what movie was that. I forgot the name of that movie.
Darkest Hour.
Darkest Hour. Like, he fucking killed it in that role. Mm-hmm. I don't even know why he didn't win. Let me check that out. Anyways, but I'll look into it right now. But he killed it, and for me, you know, Stephen Yeun could do better. Riz Ahmed, you know, he's a great actor. And
he's great, but wasn't quite there yet. But he was there. He was right there.
Yeah, he was.
For me, I don't think he's gonna get it.
I mean, the fact that he learned sign language, I'm just like, damn, that's insane.
He's great, man. I'm excited to see him and Stephen Yeun in future projects that are on this caliber. I'm hoping.
For sure.
Are you looking at who he lost to?
Yeah, it's the 2018. It was the 2018 Oscars.
Did he lose to Daniel Day-Lewis?
Let's see. Cause
I'm trying to remember. I think Darkest Hour was the same year as Phantom Thread. I don't remember.
Yeah, I'm trying to look at right now. Oh wait, he won.
Oh, he did.
Darkest Hour.
No, he didn't. What?
Yeah.
Oh shit. Academy Awards.
It says here he won.
Academy Awards? I don't remember that.
Let me look at it. 2018.
Wait a minute. If that's the case, then I don't know what this whole Gary Oldman talk is.
Wait.
You might be thinking of Golden Globes.
No, yeah, he won 2017. Gary Oldman for Winston Churchill. He beat out Daniel Day in 2017.
Oh shit! And he beat Daniel Day. Ooh. Yeah. Good, man. Well, there we go.
It was deserved though, because I'm looking at the list. It was Gary Oldman, Darkest Hour, Timothy Chalamet, or whatever. For Call Me by Your Name, Daniel Day for Phantom Thread, Daniel Kaluuya for Get Out, and Denzel for Roman J. Esquire. So yeah, it makes sense. Like, in the scheme of this,
yes,
he was definitely the best one. And then I'll take it with Daniel Day after that.
I forgot that Kaluuya was nominated for Get Out. Oh, I'm so glad he got that nomination.
Yeah, he was really good in that movie.
Well, shit, Gary Oldman won. So enough of this shit.
Yeah, he won, dude. He won an Oscar.
Here I was giving him the pity unobjectiveness, and now I'm like, nah, you got it, homie.
No, I gotta see if we have a podcast about that, because it was.
We probably do, and
we must have been recording.
We must have, and I just didn't remember.
Yeah, for sure.
I must not have remembered.
Great. Well, there we go.
I was rooting for him. I was rooting for him for so long that I forgot that he actually won.
It's kind of like what's his name?
Leo.
Leo. We've been rooting for him for so long, and then he finally won it.
And we're like, all right, cool. You're good. Yeah.
Yeah, he won for Best Actor. There we go. Good job, man. There we go. I knew he killed it somewhere. So yeah. Next up, Best Actress. And the noms are Viola Davis for Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, Andrea Day for United States versus Billie Holiday, Vanessa Kirby for Pieces of a Woman, Frances McDormand for Nomadland, and Carey Mulligan for Promising Young Woman.
Mm-hmm.
Pedro, I'm going to do Frances McDormand because that one has the most love right now, and I think that's the one that's going to win, to be honest with you.
So
do I think she deserves it? No.
Ah, interesting.
But I still think that she's going to win it. Yeah.
I'm torn between Frances McDormand and Viola Davis, and they are both ones that win all the time. And Frances McDormand, the last time she won, it was for the 3 Billboards, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think Frances deserves it for this movie, to be honest with you.
I don't know. I actually think she does. So, you might be on the same boat. Did you watch Pieces of a Woman?
Yes.
Oh, you did. So you did see.
I think It is where I was going with that. I think Vanessa should get this.
Interesting. Okay, so I haven't seen
But
that one.
I don't think she's going to though.
So I haven't seen this one, and I haven't seen United States versus Billie Holiday. So I don't know
I didn't
about
see that
Andra.
one.
I don't know about Andra Day. So those are the two I'm missing. I saw Carey Mulligan in Promising Young Woman. I don't think
Yeah, she did a good job.
She-
But I
she
don't
did
think
all-
it's.
Yeah, I don't know. Her getting nominated feels like they just threw her in there to me
Yeah.
for the nom. I'm gonna go with honestly, I'm torn between those two. And Viola killed it, and she always gets good shit. And
Really good
Frances
job, dude.
Frances McDormand also killed it. I actually think she deserves I think both of them deserve the nom very much. I'm gonna go with Frances as well, actually. I'm gonna go with Frances.
It's just logical, dude. She's gonna win it.
But I thought she did really good for just what the movie was, because in Billboard she
I don't
was
know, dude.
kind of like that she does a really good melancholy. She does a really good
does.
she does a good everything, honestly. Because I was just watching Fargo the other day, and I'm like, God, you're so fucking funny.
Yeah.
And then she gets so
Dude.
scary all of a sudden too. So yeah.
Frances McDormand has range and she could do a lot of stuff. But my thing is that she didn't do nothing special in Nomadland. I feel like Viola Davis did something more special than Frances McDormand did in Nomadland. But I honestly do feel that Vanessa Kirby did a really good job.
I want to see that one. I know it's on Netflix. I gotta watch it.
Yeah.
Pieces of a
So
Woman.
what are you doing, you said?
I'm going with Frances McDormand. I agree with you.
Okay.
I have to watch
We're
both
going
of
for
these.
the dub then.
Yeah. United States Billie Holiday's on Hulu. I gotta watch that one.
Yeah. Interesting. Well, we have the final two, Pedro.
The final two.
First up is Best Director.
Mm-hmm.
Best Director. And the noms are Another Round, Thomas Vinterberg. Mank, David Fincher. Minari, Lee Isaac Chung. Nomadland, Chloe Zhao. Promising Young Woman, Emerald Fennell. Pedro, I think we know where this is going.
I don't know, actually.
Oh, really?
I don't know. I don't
Okay.
know where this is going. I'm torn between two, actually.
I'm doing Nomadland because Chloe Zhao's getting too much love.
So that's my first one. That's the obvious choice. So I'm in agreement on that being the obvious one. But maybe Thomas Vinterberg.
Dude, I know you love Another Round, but that movie ain't gonna win shit, dude. I'm telling you that right now. It's a good movie, but it's not gonna win Best International. It's not gonna win Best Director.
Ooh, that's right. I forgot you voted against it for international. Oh no, you voted for it.
I
but
voted
you
for
still...
it, but it's not gonna win.
Okay.
So right here, I'm gonna go for the dub and Nomadland.
Yeah.
Chloe Zhao's gonna win it. Chloe Zhao, hands down. She's getting so much buzz that
Yeah.
She's gonna win.
And, yeah, I am in agreement with that.
you know.
That,
Even though
that
the
was
other movies did good.
that was my initial one. The only reason why I'm entertaining the thought of Another Round is just because of the story behind the movie.
Yeah.
That he was about to start filming it, and then his daughter, the director's daughter, was going to play as the daughter of Mads Mikkelsen, and she died in a car crash 2 weeks before they started filming.
Oh my god.
So obviously he was devastated, and they put the whole movie on hold for months, and then they rewrote the part for him to have two sons rather than a daughter because his daughter's role is gone.
Fuck.
So when you watch the movie, at the end, he dedicates the movie to her.
Yeah, I was wondering what that meant.
Yeah, it was his daughter. And then he's won a lot of the international festivals, and he always dedicates this to his daughter. And I'm like, oof.
Oof, that's a good one, Pedro.
I'm like, ooh. But objectively, I don't think it's going to happen either. But that's why I'm entertaining the thought, just because of that. Because it's like, dude, he literally put his heart and soul into this.
Dude, I think that movie would have been better with a daughter. Now that I'm thinking about it.
Yeah, and that's what it was supposed to be. Yeah.
Fuck.
Yep.
Yeah, the girl would have played way much better in that movie than the boy.
Mm-hmm.
Like the older daughter.
She was supposed to have a
and the
bigger
younger
role.
boy.
So,
Fuck.
And then he just wrote it off. He's like, I can't do this. I can't even recast a daughter in that role because then he'll just see his daughter. And then he was like, yep, I can't. So just redid it completely.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Now that I'm thinking about it, I think a daughter would have been better in that role.
I think so too. Especially since it's the daughter of the director. So she would have added the extra oomph to it, you know?
Shit. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
man. So,
Wow,
but
what a sad story.
so that's the story behind it. But that being said, we're both still in agreement. Nomadland for Chloe Zhao.
Nomadland. Call is out. Yeah. All right. And last but not least, and the most important one, I would say,
Yes.
Best Picture.
All right.
And the noms are The Father, Judas and the Black Messiah, Mank, Minari, Nomadland, Promising Young Woman, Sound of Metal, The Trial of Chicago 7. Alright, Pedro. Let's break this down, okay?
Yeah. Overall,
Let's start
though,
off.
I
Overall,
think it's a great list.
it's a good list, but I'll tell you something right now.
Hmm.
I don't think Promising Young Woman belongs in this list.
I also don't think Minari belongs in the list. I think those are the two odd ones out. I agree with
Promising
you.
Young
I
Woman.
think-
Promising Young Woman definitely was not a Oscar movie for me.
yeah,
Like in any sense at all.
agreed.
You know what I think was happening here, Pedro, is that Pieces of a Woman was supposed to be there instead of Promising Young Woman.
but because of
But
the
because
whole,
of Shia LaBeouf, that movie it became, a fucking toxic piece of movie.
yeah,
And it sucks for Vanessa Kirby that she's on the back end of that just because of Shia LaBeouf.
mm-hmm.
I think this movie would have played higher in this year's Oscars if it wasn't for the Shia LaBeouf thing.
I agree.
And it honestly, it deserves to be in the Best Picture talk instead of Promising Young Woman. 'Cause I don't think
Interesting.
Promising Young Woman. I seriously don't think Promising Young Woman is an Oscar movie. It's a good movie, but there's nothing about it that screams Oscar worthy.
I was gonna tell you that it felt like it's a thriller, dark comedy,
Ish.
sort of. It just
Yeah.
felt as I'm watching it, I'm like, this is a good movie. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
This
it's
is
a good movie. I just don't think it's there.
But I don't understand why it's here.
No, there's nothing special about it, to be honest with you.
The way I feel about this movie getting nominated is how a lot of people felt about Avatar getting nominated. Because they're like, this is an action movie. What the fuck is this doing here? This is Pocahontas shit, you know?
Yeah.
A lot of people felt that for Avatar.
But it's funny because like I think the Oscar list should be diverse, right? There should be various different movies. I think best of a genre should be part of the Oscars. I honestly do feel, but I don't think Promising Young Woman is anything special to be in there. You know what I'm saying? Like let's take it back to that year Logan came out. I think Logan should have been there. I think Logan deserved a nod because I felt that movie had everything you probably want in a movie, but only because it wasn't an indie personal story. I mean, it was a personal story to be honest with you, but it wasn't an indie, fucking whatever.
Well, it
shit
was
that
it was
Oscar
at the
loves.
end of the day, it was
Drama.
a superhero movie. It was still a superhero movie at the end of the day.
Exactly.
And I know you could say, oh, they did Joker and Dark Knight. It's like, yes, but there's nothing super. They're just, it's just crime
Yeah.
with costumes. Yeah,
Yeah.
while Logan is straight up powers, straight up,
Yeah.
you know.
But it felt special, like, and Promising Woman doesn't feel that way. It just, I even saw the twist coming. when
Oh yeah. Whoa, for people that haven't seen it, don't bring it up.
Okay.
But I know what
No,
you're
no.
talking about.
I saw that twist coming. I'm just like, as soon as that guy got introduced, I'm like, oh, okay, I know where this is going now.
Yeah.
But regardless, that movie, as good as it was, it's not an Oscar good to me.
I agree.
I don't think it should have been there.
Yeah,
I'm feeling, honestly, seriously, in my bones of bones, that movie is in there because Pieces of a Woman fell apart.
yeah. I I felt that Minari also shouldn't be nominated. Minari to me is the Irishman of this one. They're putting it in there because it's got the feel of it, but to me, at the end of the day, the bones of it I'm not feeling it. It was really the ending of Minari that I didn't like.
Why? What happened in the?
It's-
What about it that you didn't like?
It just kind of it
Fell apart for you?
There was no resolution. Yeah, it was like, oh, look at this, everyone going through all these problems, and then it does a time jump and it goes, but everything is happily ever after, and I'm like, what? You just did that without resolving any of the problems the characters had. It's just kind of like, oh, there it is, it's all good, it's all good, and I'm like, really? I didn't like that they fast forwarded that part. I didn't care for that.
Interesting. Yeah.
So
Very
it fell
interesting.
apart for me. So
It's crazy because it's like one movie that I felt, I'm not talking about, I'm talking about like the last year or whatever.
oh, previous,
How Uncut Gems should have gotten a nod and never did,
yeah,
And
yeah.
it's like I wish Uncut Gems would have came out like last year or
Mhm.
something, because I think it would have made the list,
Yeah.
And honestly, I don't apart from promising Pieces of a Woman, I don't really think or know of any movie that got snubbed.
Snubbed. I forgot to look up lists
From
of
this
what people
list.
think is snubbed, but a lot of people, I know you and I disagree very strongly on this, but a lot of people think that The Five Bloods got snubbed.
No, it did not.
It did not.
That movie was not
That
good.
does not deserve to be on this list. But you know what? Now that I brought that up, you know who did get snubbed? I think Delroy Lindo for supporting actor from The Five Bloods.
Oh yeah, he did a great job, dude.
Yeah.
Shit.
He was the Trump supporter character. Oh my god, he was so fucking good.
He was
The movie
good.
was not good, but his character was so good. I think he should have got it instead of Lakeith for that
Yeah.
category.
Yeah, I agree. But he would have won that one though.
He wouldn't have won either, but I would have preferred Delroy Lindo to get the nom
For sure.
over Lakeith. So that's a snub that came to mind when I saw the list, because everyone was saying, "Oh, Five Bloods." I'm like, "No. If anything there's to be from salvaging that from that movie, it's the actor. It's that part."
Yeah, he did good. All right, One Night in Miami should have been a Best Picture nod
Oh,
Over-
yes.
over Minari or Promising Young Woman. If I'm looking at the
Agreed.
list here,
Yes, yes.
and
Oh my
when it
God.
comes to Best Director, I think she should have been
yes,
Best
yes.
Director over Promising Young Woman.
Oh my
What's
god,
her name?
I blanked out on her name. From Watchmen and Boondocks.
Fuck.
Regina King.
Regina King. Regina King should have been here instead of Promising Young Woman, Emerald Fennell.
Yes.
I think Regina
100%.
King, she got snubbed, honestly, straight up.
Regina King
She
got
should have been in this
snubbed.
list.
One Night in Miami got snubbed. Yes.
Yep.
I'm
One Night in
100%. 100%
I would have
agreement
kicked
on those.
out Minari or Promising Young Woman out of this list and put that one.
Yeah, for sure.
That's a snuff for me.
Yep. I agree.
Let's see. I'm looking at more list here to see what's up.
some snub lists. I'm telling you, you're going to see Five Bloods and everyone's going to go, nah.
Yeah. Somebody put here Five Bloods in almost everything. I'm like,
Not
Five
at
Bloods
all.
probably deserved only that one actor.
Yeah, they wanted
That's it.
Spike Lee to get nominated for that. I'm like, get out of here, dude.
Nah,
This was
he
Spike
didn't
Lee's.
deserve
It was one of his worst works, easily.
Yeah. Somebody put here Aaron Sorkin as Best Director snub. I'm not sure about that.
Aaron Sorkin was Trial.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, I don't know about that one either. I don't know about that one.
Yeah, I don't think about that one. It wasn't bad. I don't think he deserved to be a director. It just felt
Yeah.
very basic to me. The direction of that movie, there's nothing special. Let's see. I'm gonna go to another one here. Let's see here.
For the snubs, right?
Yeah. Someone put here Bacurau. I don't know what that is.
I don't know that one. It's probably one of the
It's a
foreign
Brazilian
films.
movie, it seems like.
Yeah. I mean, according to Edgar Wright in one of the podcasts, he's part of the panel that decided which international film made it to best international film, and he said he watched hundreds of films because every country practically throws in their pick. Each country gets one slot. So he said he watched tons and tons, and he said there were so many that he wanted to make on the list, but they were only allowed the 5. So they had to chop that shit down big time.
Damn.
So yeah, if someone says, "Oh, this movie should have been nommed," I believe it. For international, there's a lot of good shit out there.
What about I'm Thinking of Ending Things? Apparently, a lot of people love that movie.
I didn't see that one.
Charlie Kaufman movie. It's a Netflix film.
Oh, his movies are so trippy. So
it has Meth Damon in it.
His movies are so trippy. He did Being John Malkovich and Eternal Sunshine. So all of his movies are really, really out there. That's one of the ones that's on my list that I wanted to watch on Netflix. Haven't got around to it.
Somebody put here On the Rocks, the Sofia Coppola one.
Yeah, that's the Eddie Murphy. Wow. Bill Murray. I don't know how I can. Bill Murray and I forgot this woman's name from Parks and Rec.
Yeah, I know you're talking about.
I blanked out her name. And I've been watching The Office, so she was there, and I still forgot her name.
What do you think of Invisible Man, but for her? Do you think she did a good enough job?
She did, but let's see. So she would be Best Actress. Who would I want for them to kick out? Carey Mulligan, I guess.
Carey Mulligan. I mean, honestly, I'm wiping Promising Young Woman off of this entire thing. I don't think that movie was good enough to be here, to be honest.
Yeah, so I didn't even think about her, but she did great. I think she always does great. And yeah, if I had to choose I definitely I would want her over Carey Mulligan on the list. So yeah, I could agree with that snub, sure. But that to me wasn't one of the oh my god snubs.
Nah. Like, I mean, she did good. I don't think she killed it though.
Like all the ones we mentioned before, especially the director, we were like, oh my god, that's a fucking snub. Like by far.
Yeah. No, for One Man in Miami is the biggest snub. I think.
I think so too.
It should have gotten more love.
Picture and director for sure, but I do think that they chose the right supporting actor for the movie. Like Leslie Odom was easily the best character in that film.
Yeah. Well, what do you think of I Care a Lot? You think that's in time for this one or next year? It's next year, right?
I think so. I don't remember when it came out. I saw it recently, so
I Care a Lot came out in March.
I Care a Lot I would put on the same level as Promising Young Woman because they're thrillers.
Really?
They're thrillers. I don't mean by quality. I prefer I Care a Lot over the movie. But I think she
did a really good job there.
As far as a thriller, though, I would give it. I would say they're in the same category.
I think she did better than Promising Woman, Carey Mulligan.
Yes, I do agree with that. And Peter Dinklage was fucking great as usual.
He was so good. I think this movie would be for 2022. To be honest with you,
I think so too.
If anything.
But anyways, I don't think it'll get nommed, but if it does, it's next year.
Yeah. So let's get down to it.
Yeah.
Back to Best Picture.
We pretty much got through all the snubs that we thought, with One Night in Miami being the biggest. So continue.
Sound of Metal, I think, was a good movie, but I don't think it should win.
That would have been one of my top contenders, though, over Mank.
Really?
Yeah, over Mank for sure. Over Promising, obviously. Over Minari, obviously. I would have put Sound of Metal over Trial. I would have put Sound of Metal on top 3. Yeah, I would put Sound of Metal over Judas as well. Top 3 with me would be Sound of Metal, Nomad, and Father. That's my top 3.
Interesting.
I think Nomad's gonna win it, but I don't want them to.
You know, I would do Father, Judas, and Sound of Metal.
Oh, okay.
All right. So let's go here, Pedro. Let's do this then, because we pretty much talked about all these movies, except probably we didn't talk a bunch of Nomad or Minari.
Right. Well, I talked about a Minari a little bit. Yeah, we didn't talk much about Judas or Nomad.
I mean, for me, Nomad. What I liked about Nomad is the fact that it felt like there was a lot of real people in the movie.
Yes.
Like, and I honestly do think those people were real. The majority of people in this movie.
Come to think of it, I felt the same for Sound of Metal though. There's a lot of real people there.
The deaf people. Yeah, you're right.
But not even just the deaf, but just everyone felt real. It didn't feel like actors, you know. There was a lot of unknowns in that film. And yeah, of course, a lot of them I'm sure were really... Actually, I'm pretty sure all of them were really deaf. But yeah, it just felt real. So I would put Nomadland and Sound of Metal on that level of, like, it just felt
realness.
real. It almost felt like a documentary that we were following along rather than a film.
Yeah. That's how I felt about Nomad. It literally felt like a doc to me.
Yeah, definitely.
But I don't think Nomad. I mean, all right, okay. I don't think Nomad is good enough. But what I think is gonna win, Nomadland for sure.
Yes.
Hands down is gonna win it.
What I want to
win, what I want to win is The Father.
We're in agreement there.
Is for sure gonna win it.
Yeah.
I'm guaranteed, like fucking a guarantee that Nomad is gonna win.
I also think Nomad's gonna win, but I want Father to win. But that being said, if I'm gonna give someone the vote, I'm still gonna give Father the vote.
Yeah, I'm giving Father the vote. We're in agreement.
Oh shit! So I didn't think you were gonna do that. Yeah, I'm gonna give Father the vote.
The Father should win because it's such a fucking great movie.
The movie,
but my thing is like, Nomadland is gonna win. I already know that. Like, there's no debate at this point because I feel like the momentum is going too much to that movie.
It is.
So it's gonna win it. But I do believe The Father is the best movie out of all of these movies.
I agree.
Like, The Father is such a fascinating movie. It's so intriguing, dude. I can't see any of these movies beating it. But
yeah,
Nomad has too much momentum, and I think that's gonna win.
Yeah, the way it kept me thinking at the end, none of the other movies did that to me. None of them.
And I'm still, I still don't know what was real.
Right.
like, because the thing is, a lot of things were jumbled.
Yes.
And it's just it was just so fascinating the way everything was played out. It was just, oh my god.
Yeah.
I'm still thinking about it. Like, I'm still trying to figure out what was real and what was not.
Yeah. No, it's fucking awesome. Yeah.
Shit. And it was so perfectly acted too. I don't know.
But I agree. I'm also going to go for the vote. I don't think it'll win, but I'm hoping it will. So I'm going to give it that vote.
Yeah.
I'm hoping for the best.
Yeah. But for sure, Nomad is going to win. I would like to be pleasantly surprised. It was like that year where La La Land was going to win. Everybody thought it was a shoo-in, and then Moonlight won.
Oh, so yeah. You're right.
I want something special like that to happen again.
Yep. You know which one also had one was the Spotlight. Remember when Spotlight won?
Spotlight came out of nowhere.
I know. Everyone was like, whoa.
The fuck? Why did this movie win?
Yeah. I'm hoping this is one of those. Yeah.
That came out of nowhere though. I'm gonna try to figure out what movie was up against because I know there was one movie I was like, oh, this is winning. Like, this is it.
Yeah. So as usual with this, as we watch them, or if we don't watch them live, as we hear about them, we're gonna start tallying up and see who wins.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, let me figure out what it was up against because that one was a twist.
Yeah, I definitely wasn't going for it, but also I didn't see that movie. I have yet to see that movie.
Oh, I saw it. It was good.
I have yet to see it, so I wasn't sure exactly. I wasn't sure exactly how good it was, so it surprised the fuck out of me when it won.
Yeah, it was by far one of the most surprising ones. All right, it went up against The Big Short, Bridge of Spies, Brooklyn, Mad Max, The Martian, Revenant, Room. So you see,
I gave it to Revenant.
Exactly. I thought Revenant was gonna win that.
Yeah.
But Spotlight came out of nowhere.
You're right. Yo, that's a crazy year for Spotlight to win because
Big Short was amazing.
Big Short was
Martian was great.
Martian was great.
Room was great.
Fucking Mad Max, dude.
Mad Max was great.
Wow, what a crazy year for it to pull that one out of its ass. Wow. Interesting. Yeah. But yeah, I definitely won for Revenant on that year, 100%. But it's all good. Yeah. We had a Leo win that year, so it's okay.
Yeah, Leo won for Revenant.
Mm-hmm.
And the director won. Iñárritu won.
Yeah.
For Revenant also.
Of course he did. The guy's a fucking monster.
Yeah. He just pops out Oscar movies, man.
Yeah.
He's a great director, dude. He's such a good director.
Mm.
But yeah, for sure, like yeah, that's pretty much it, man.
That's
it. The end of our list.
Mm-hmm.
Let us know your thoughts on the 2021 Oscars. Let us know if you agree with us and what's happening. And we'll be back to recap what actually happened.
Yeah, and see who won
next week. Let's see how it happens. This is it, kids.
Alrighty.
The Oscars are Sunday. Watch it.
Get ready.
Till next time.
Bye-bye.